Ibn al-Khatib lived in the 14th century, born in 1313, and was a luminary of the Emirate of Granada, celebrated as one of the greatest intellectuals of his time. A man of many talents, he excelled as a poet, writer, historian, philosopher, physician, and statesman. His contributions to poetry were immortalized in the majestic walls of the Alhambra, where his verses continue to whisper stories of a bygone era. Among his renowned works are the captivating Muashat, Jadaka al-Gathu, and Lama Bada Yadathana, beloved for their beauty and emotional depth. In addition to his poetic prowess, Ibn al-Khatib was a revered historian and thinker, admired not only for his knowledge, but also for his close ties with contemporaries like the distinguished Ibn Khaldun. His historical masterpiece, The Complete Source on the History of Granada, written in 1369, offers an invaluable glimpse into his homeland's culture. This extraordinary work, which also includes his own autobiography, stands as a testament to his enduring legacy, though it has yet to be rendered into English, leaving much of its wisdom hidden from a wider audience. Ibn al-Khatib remains a symbol of Andalusian brilliance and a bridge to one of history's most vibrant civilizations. Ibn al-Khatib was born in Loya, Granada. Shortly after his birth, his father secured a prominent position at the court of Emir Ismail I in Granada. Tragedy struck in 1340 when both his father and elder brother were killed in the Battle of Rio Salado. Following this, Ibn al-Khatib was employed as a secretary by his former teacher, Ibn al-Jayyab, who served as vizier to Emir Yusuf I. After Ibn al-Jayyab's untimely death during the plague, Ibn al-Khatib rose to prominence, succeeding him as vizier and head of the Emiri Chancery. He also undertook diplomatic missions to the courts of Andalusian and Maghribi rulers. For much of his career, Ibn al-Khatib served as vizier to Sultan Muhammad V of Granada. His life, however, was marked by periods of exile. He lived in the Marinid Empire between 1360 and 1362, and again from 1371 to 1374, residing in cities such as Ceuta, Tlemcen, and Fez. His fortunes turned in 1374 when he was imprisoned on charges of heresy and sentenced to death by suffocation. In 1362, the former emir of Granada, Muhammad V, regained the throne with help from the Moroccan Sultan. This allowed Ibn al-Khatib to return to Granada and resume the office of Great Vizier. He soon faced severe political intrigue. Ibn al-Khatib strengthened his position by organizing the expulsion of several North African political rivals from Granada. His political successes caused friction between supporters of the expelled North Africans and Ibn al-Khatib. When Ibn al-Khatib had diplomatic success at Granada's court, he was seen as a rival and organized his expulsion. His intrigues made him unpopular, causing two students to join his enemy, Grand Qadi al-Nubahai, who held a grudge against him. Emir Muhammad V grew distrustful of Ibn al-Khatib for his control of the Granadan state and loyalty to the Marinids of Morocco. In 1371, feeling threatened, Ibn al-Khatib left for North Africa, where he was welcomed by the Marinid Sultan. During his refuge, Grand Qadi al-Nubahai issued a fatwa branding Ibn al-Khatib's work heretical, ordering it burned. The ad hominem nature of the decision suggested a personal grudge. Ibn al-Khatib wrote a refutation attacking al-Nubahai. Granada's attempts to deport or execute Ibn al-Khatib failed, as the Sultan refused. After the Sultan's death, Ibn al-Khatib was protected by Morocco's main vizier. His fate worsened when a Granada-backed coup removed Ibn Ghazi from power. A new sultan, indebted to Granada, ordered Ibn al-Khatib's arrest and trial in Fez. A Granadan delegation, including his former student, was involved. Despite torture, Ibn al-Khatib maintained his innocence and denied heresy charges. The trial ended without a clear verdict, and Ibn al-Khatib was reportedly strangled that night to avoid an unjust decision. His body was buried near Fez Bab al-Marik Gate, but his enemies exhumed and burned it in a bonfire the next day. From ancient empires to pivotal moments in modern history, our channel offers a unique blend of engaging storytelling and in-depth analysis. Hit the subscribe button now and become part of our growing community of history enthusiasts. Let's uncover the mysteries of the past together. Historians believe his fall from grace stemmed less from his beliefs and more from the intricate web of political rivalries and personal conflicts within the Nasrid dynasty. After his execution, his body was burned and later buried at Bab Marik, a historic city gate in Fez, where his legacy endures as both a cautionary tale and a symbol of Granada's complex history. Ibn al-Khatib's poetry was deeply influenced by court poets from the Islamic East, particularly Abu Nuwas, Abu Tamim, and al-Mutanabi. He was highly skilled in the art of rhymed prose, excelling especially in his maqamat. In his treatise about the plague, Muqniyat al-Sal and al-Mara al-C, 1362, Ibn al-Khatib explored the concept of disease transmission through contagion centuries before Louis Pasteur's experiments in Europe. The original text is preserved in the Zaydani library at El Escorial. During the 14th century outbreak of the bubonic plague, known as the Black Death, which devastated Al-Andalus, it is estimated that up to a third of the global Muslim population perished. In this groundbreaking treatise, Ibn al-Khatib wrote, "The existence of contagion is established by experience and by trustworthy reports on transmission by garments, vessels, earrings, by the spread of it by persons from one house, by infection of a healthy seaport, by an arrival from an infected land, and by the immunity of isolated individuals." Although Ibn al-Khatib is often credited for this insight, a hadith recorded in both Sahih al-Bukhari and Sahih Muslim from the Prophet Muhammad had already outlined similar principles. If you hear of an outbreak of plague in a land, do not enter it. But if the plague breaks out in a place while you are in it, do not leave that place. This remarkable observation highlights how religious teachings and scientific inquiry intersected in the Islamic world. A detailed account of his demise was written down by a friend and admirer of his. As a loyal courtier of Muhammad V of Granada, Ibn al-Khatib was arrested in the wake of a 1359 coup by Muhammad's half-brother Ismail and had his property confiscated. He was soon released due to interference by the Marinid Sultan of Morocco. He joined a host of Andalusian refugees in Morocco, settling in the Atlantic town of Sale. He immersed himself in Sufi mysticism and writing. During this stay in Morocco, he first met other important North African intellectuals. Join the journey through history with Morasel. Are you fascinated by the stories of the past? Do you want to explore the rich history of the Middle East and Europe? Look no further. Subscribe to Morasel, where we delve deep into the captivating events, remarkable civilizations, and influential figures that shaped the world as we know it today. From ancient empires to pivotal moments in modern history, our channel offers a unique blend of engaging storytelling and in-depth analysis. Hit the subscribe button now and become part of our growing community of history enthusiasts. Let's uncover the mysteries of the past together.